In the early morning hours of April 27th, 1995, Damon Michael Fleming was killed in the city of Youngstown, Ohio. His death marked one of a record-setting 68 murders that the city would see that year. One downtown, 17 on the north side, 25 on the east side, and 25 on the south side. No community should have to experience that kind of loss. No family, and certainly no child should have to either. But I did. Because Damon was my brother. Yet because of his death, I can stand before you now and boldly say that each one of us can learn the same powerful lesson that I have. That it costs more to care less. I don't wish for any of you to go through what I had to learn what I did. I was made to learn this lesson through 3 tragic moments in my life. The first being, Damon's death marked the exact moment I lost my childhood innocence. I could no longer be a kid anymore. There was a violent new world around me that wouldn't allow me. So I stood at 14 years old at my brother's funeral, silent, deciding, didn't have the energy to care about family or friends. Out of anger, all I wanted was my independence. So bad that at 14 years old, I got a job illegally under one of my other brother's names. And all through high school, even college, I was essentially an island. I put my trust fully in the idea that caring less would keep me safe. And for a while it did. That is until the moment that my mom had a stroke. And I had no clue. The only thing that I knew is that I had to evacuate my island and rush to the hospital and attempt to beat the guilt there. But it was too late. The car ride over, my mind had already told me I was a terrible son. It would take me years to recognize that my mom is my hero. I didn't believe in them. That's because I didn't care enough to see her strength and her boldness. All I could see was her, bedridden. And what felt like 5 seconds after her stroke was the moment that my brother went to prison. 8 years for armed robbery, and I had no clue. I couldn't tell you about his crime or his case. I couldn't tell you who was in the courtroom. I couldn't tell you of his guilt or his innocence. The only thing I can tell you is that I received a letter from an inmate on the inside asking for the help of an inmate on an island on the outside, me. That's when you know you're a horrible brother. I had to care more. Some of you may know the losses that I describe. Some of you may not. In either case, the fact remains that we have a choice in how we respond to what happens to us. I chose not to quantify this idea with scientific research. I don't have the compelling stats to give you. I don't have the case studies or the hard data. All I have is a hard lesson that the less I cared, the more it cost me. But I stand before you now and say again that though these moments be tragic, I'm thankful for every one of them because they make me the man that you see before you now. Each one of these moments, they opened my eyes again. Each one of these moments brought back my heartbeat. Each one of these moments taught me again about family and friends. Each one of these moments brought a passion and a purpose for community in my city. So I have for you just one challenge, and that is this: that you wake up every single day and you choose to care more about someone or something more today than you did yesterday. But I have to warn you, my ask comes at a cost. You see, there's this poem that I read. It's by a Persian poet named Hafiz. It says, even after all of this time, the sun has never looked at the earth and said, you owe me. Look what happens with a love like that. It lights the whole sky. You see, my challenge, my ask, it'll cost you your anger. It'll cost you your anxiety. It'll cost you your entitlement. It'll cost you everything you are owed for everything you've been through. Because I've never once looked at Youngstown and asked it to repay me for the cost of my brother's life, or what I'm owed because of his death. And that's because of one thing. And this one thing, I do not say arrogantly, but I do say boldly, that Youngstown can never take my life in the way that it did my brother's. I've already counted that cost. It's too late. That is because I give my life to this wonderful city that I love. You cannot take what I already give. And so when I look at this wonderful city, and I look for gladiators for good, I see the opportunity to care more. Caring more comes with all sorts of benefits that I found. Caring more showed me more. When you care more, you can see more. When you see more, you will do more. When you see that your city needs value and significance and worth, you can see there are needs for justice and mercy. When you care more, you will see more and you will do more. So I invite you, join me on this journey as we learn together the beautiful benefits of what it means to care more. And we avoid at all costs the tragic price we pay when we choose to care less. Thank you.